Alright, here we go. Doing a little lead melting today. Got a nice pot going on the Coleman camp stove I use here, and anybody ever tells you you cannot melt lead very well on a Coleman camp stove, you can show them this video, because there it is. Got a plumber's pot, plumber's ladle, and I guess I got about 35 pounds left in the pot. It's been fluxed twice, but it was dirty shit, and there's still a little bit of stuff coming to the surface, but that's alright. We're not making finished product here. I'm making 1 pound ingots that will conveniently melt in my electric furnaces. And over here, we have the raw material. This is old antique crapper pipe out of 19th century, early 20th century homes. I get a little bit of it in now and again, and when I do, I put it aside. You can see some gas pipe over there, and some sink pipes, and crapper pipe there. This is pure lead, by the way, because I plan to use this for musket balls, mini balls, stuff like that, where soft lead is needed. And you want to be careful working with this. That lead is around about 750 degrees right now. You want to wear your gloves and your long pants, long shirt sleeves, and boots, because if this gets away from you, you're going to have a bad day in a hurry. Got a nice big ladle here. And once it's liquid, which is taking about a little over an hour, I guess, for all the stuff I had in there, I'm going to make some ingots. And there we go. Each one of these little cavities makes approximately a 1 pound ingot. Some might go slightly heavy, some a little lighter, but that's okay. I'm not selling these, I'm using this for myself. I do sell lead occasionally, but that's generally the hard lead, because I have more of it. Hard lead you get from things like wheel weights off of cars, but now that they're cracking down on using lead wheel weights, a lot of places won't let you use them anymore. And if there's none being used, there's none being thrown away, and there's none in the supply. Eventually I'll run out of that too, and that sucks. But here we go. I save every little bit of lead I can find, and I hoard it like a miser. I make all kinds of bullets, lots of round balls, mini balls, musket balls, cartridge rifle bullets. So it's always nice to have lead. This is expensive stuff if you have to buy it through the mail. Oh shit, went a little over on that one. Not paying attention, that's alright. There we go. Okay. Figure I'd get this done before the winter snows hit. Because one thing you do not want anywhere near molten lead is water vapor of any kind. Moisture. Water gets into that mix, it instantly flashes to steam with explosive force and blows that lead right out of there. And you're a good day in a hurry. There we go. And you want to let that set and cool for a little less than a minute. Depends on how hot they are. These aren't that hot, so probably take a little less than 30 to 45 seconds to cool down a bit. Once they do, I'll dump one of them out, and you can see, well, actually I can show you the finished product I made already. And you can see right there, those are the little ingots. All nice and mostly fluxed out. You want to have your stove on a good strong platform. I'm using a forklift here, so everything's sturdy, good solid wood. You don't ever put this on something that's rickety. Let's see if that's calmed down a little bit now. Yeah, that seems alright. The aluminum one usually cools quicker than the cast iron. Look at that, huh? 4 nice ingots all ready to go. This winter when I want to cast up some bullets, I'm all set. Just throw that in the electric pot, melt it up, and I'm set to go doing whatever I'm going to be doing. Winter time I like to do a lot of my reloading stuff because I have more time to do it. Those are the cast iron ones there, and they're pretty good too. I don't know what I do with my dipper. I always put the dipper back in the pot, because then it'll stay nice and hot and the lead won't stick to it. You keep taking it out of the pot, leave it on the side. Every time you stick it back in there, you cool the lead, and you have to wait until the lead will run out of it easy and not stick to it. And what I'll generally do with these ingots, because I have 3 different kinds of hardnesses of lead that I use, I will stamp them with a stamp set. S for soft, WW for wheel weights, and R for radiological. Wheel weights are 90-10. That's 10% tin and 90% lead. They're a little harder than pure. They can be used for a lot of the stuff pure can be used for without too much trouble. Cap and ball revolvers, for instance, might take a little more force to shove them down into the cylinder, but you get them in there. But they're better for things like my 38 wad cutters, stuff like that. Low velocity rifle rounds that I'm not going to bother to gas check. But the radiological stuff comes from medical lead. That's our X-ray machine shielding. That's the little containers they put the medicine in that they treat cancer patients with to protect from the radiation. That tends to be closer to 30-70. That's 70% lead and 30% antimony or tin. Much harder. That's good for modern rifle bullets you're gas checking. 303, 7.62 by 54R, stuff like that. I don't have too much of that stuff. And you can bet that while I did sell some of it, I hoarded a lot of it too. So I got enough to keep me going for a bit. And it's always possible to harden lead. This is pure lead that I'm using here, but I could harden this if I needed to. It's not that hard to do. Little tin, antimony. Okay, I'm almost getting down to the bottom of the pot there. And I'm going to throw a little bit more lead in there and let it melt up. Already fueled up the stove before. Maybe throw a little bit more on that one. What do you say? There we go. Okay, we're not going to be using this anymore. So, let's see which pipe should go in there next. How about this nasty looking son of a bitch? Yeah, I'm going to have to flux the hell out of that. Oh! Plenty of bullets in that. And that's a look at the lead smelting operation. Well, not smelting, but lead cooking operation here. Having fun on a Sunday afternoon. And the finished product. All right.